Hola folks. Behind me is the beast. Down there behind the trees is Sawyer, and up there is Penyal de Migdia, and that's where I'm heading today. Fingers crossed. So it is 22:09 on Saturday the 11th of March 2017, and yeah, like I say, I'm off up to Puig Major. Coming out of the whole moke now and into a bit of pine just before the tree line, and then nothing but rock after that. Nothing up there at all. So I've been wanting to do this route for a while. I've never been up this way before. And this route is it's fairly difficult to follow, as the trails aren't very well defined, but pretty much as long as you stick next to this dry riverbed, you can't go too wrong. Touch wood. Basically, I don't know if you can see through the tree line there, or through these two trees. That's where we're heading. Coll de Gats, I think it's called. So I keep calling it a riverbed, but it's not really. It's a torrent. And I wish I'd come up here when we had all that rain a few weeks ago, because that would have probably been pretty spectacular. As well are the views. Look at that. It's like this route is testing to see if you're worthy of it. The first section through the woods, no cans, no real discernible path after the first bit of track, but now it's pretty obvious, and out of breath, and there's cans and all sorts, and that view just keeps getting better. Amazing. One of the old snow pits. Main reason why this path exists, I guess. A natural cliff wall on one side, dry stone wall on the other. Famous Mallorca dry stone wall, and yeah. Compact your snow into the hole there, and then I think they used to ferry it down into town for their gin and tonics, most likely. Well, so the history books probably say. minute I'm going to be breaking out of the shade of this huge slab of rock and into the sunshine. And like I said, it's only March, but it's quite funny. I had someone ask me this week what are the temperatures in April, because they're coming out to do the GR221 that I did back in December with my mate Pablo. If you haven't watched the video, go and do it. And I was like, well, it can range. I mean, we've had years when we've had snow in April, beginning to middle, and then we've had years when it's comfortable to go swimming in the sea. Like I say, it's, what was it, the 14th of March, I think, I can't remember. And it is probably 18 degrees in the shade here, but in the sun it feels more like 30. Working yesterday was, oh, it was horrible. Yeah, and it's only March. So yeah, it's so difficult to predict. I mean, we had one of the wettest winters in living memory, I think, and now it's roasting hot. I don't think it will stay like this. It will break before summer hits, but yeah, absolutely mad. So onward. More snow pits. They're dotted all over the place on hillsides like this, and Puig Major as well. A lot of them up there, which we'll be able to see from the top up there somewhere. Probably some pretty spectacular climbing up here if you can lug the gear up. I'm obviously only out for a hike, but I put some weight in the pack just as a bit of exercise, work the legs. So I'm probably carrying about 8 kilos, something like that, 4 of which is water. Yeah, so I'm all booked to do the West Highland Way in last week of June, because I couldn't get time off any earlier. So I get out and work the thighs, hoping to do it over 4 days, but I've got 5 days if something goes wrong, and then meeting friends up in Fort William and do Ben Nevis again, fingers crossed. If I do it in 4 days and I've still got the energy, I want to do the Ring of Steel this time before they get there. And we might look at Anakigak if it's half decent weather and I've got the energy after 96 miles of walking, which is about 23 a day, something like that. Yeah, the first day I got to get from Mallorca, I believe it's pronounced, halfway up Loch Lomond, possibly more, to get out of the no camping zone. But I might buy a permit in, I think it's by Roardenen, I think that's how you say it, just in case, because it's like, I don't know, £5 a night or something. So I might buy a permit so that if my legs are tired, I can stop there and then carry on from there the next day. going to take part in a favourite Mallorcan pastime, and that is ignoring boundary fences, such as this one. There's the path there, just on the other side, and this fence actually features on the map, so I need to get over there. So there we go, and catch the hiking sticks, hiking poles. Let's have a look at the view over this side, because it should be, oh yes, it's pretty spectacular. Look at that. So hopefully see Puig Major, which is the triangle shaped one, pyramid shaped one, and to the left of that is a ridge down into the dip. That is Coll de Gats, where I stayed on my last video. And then that big flat top mountain over there, that's Puig Major, and that right there is Puig Major. If you've watched any of my videos, you would have heard me talk about it quite a lot. Yeah, that was the US Army base. They purchased it or rented it off of the Mallorcan government, chopped 9 meters of it off of it, and put that radar up there. And then there's the military base that services it. It's pretty quiet these days, and I think it's back in the hands of the Spanish government, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, just hope we don't get any men with guns come out and shoo me away. And also, that way, it looks like a pretty cool ridge walk, which would be probably a little bit lairier than Cribgoch, I reckon. So I might investigate that one day. One for the future, and it should take me down towards the base of Puig Major, and then back down into Soyer that way. So it'd be pretty cool. Right, here we go. That's the proper fence. For the military ground. That's the one you definitely shouldn't cross into the minefield. There's not really a minefield. At least I don't think there is. I'm not going to test it. And there's the service road, Puig Major. As you can see, no trespassing. So, yeah, they got cameras and everything set up, but occasionally they open the road up for a road race, a cycle race. I think maybe a run as well. And there you can see the ridge runs all the way along. Looks pretty tempting, to be fair, but not today. We might be lucky. No, it's too hazy. Don't know. Possibly make out Ibiza. I can see Cabrera. You won't be able to see it. Unfortunately, I forgot my big camera, but it's pretty hazy today. And hot, 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 hot. once you get up to this elevation, it's not so much a path as just a bunch of cans that you got to string together by scrambling up a mountainside. Loads of loose stone under your feet. Awesome. Quite a big drop below you. Oh, all good fun. So I don't think I've shown you in any great detail my cook gear, probably because it's really boring. So if you're not into all that, then fast forward. If you are, carry on watching for the next couple of minutes. But this is my take on the Fancy Feast stove, and it's a Calvo stove because that's the brand of tuna I used. So it's a tuna fish can. I haven't seen these size tuna fish cans in the UK before, but I'm sure you can make something work. Tuna fish can, fiberglass wick, and then a tomato paste can. And you can see the tomato paste can is slightly higher because that's your pot stand. It's about a centimetre, I think. Pour your alcohol inside. Place it down on the ground. Light the wick. Put your pot on top. Bob's your uncle. Got a brilliant little alcohol stove or meths or whatever. And then also I was looking on the internet the other day because that burns pretty quick and pretty intense, and I wanted something so I could slow cook a bit of pasta or something. And basically I think this was a, I don't know, tin tomato can or something like that. And I cut off a section which is probably, when your pot is on top, is about half a centimetre between the top of this piece of can and the bottom of your pot. It gives you a nice long simmer. And there you go. That's the boring stuff done. Now I'm going to actually make my coffee and, like I say, enjoy the views. Hopefully you can see it. It's obviously just getting warm enough for the crows to catch the thermals. That's just completely surrounded by them. We get black vultures up in these mountains. I haven't seen them for ages, but they're still fairly rare, even though they're on the comeback. But I should imagine they'll be out much later in the day. Take a much heftier thermal to lift one of them. I doubt the GoPro will do it justice, but just get an idea of how steep this slope is. You can see that line there. I'm holding the GoPro level. It's got to be 30 to 40 degree incline. And there is a kind of a path. You can see where people have, all the rocks slid, and you've got like switchbacks going all the way down. But I'm trying to stay clear of that because it's obviously well worn, and stick to the bits with grass and bush because they're obviously sturdier. And I don't really want to go all the way down this hill on my arse, although I already have fallen over right at the top, and a stick about, well, don't know how long it is, but a stick about 2-3 mil in diameter just went a couple of mil into the knuckle on my finger, inside knuckle. So I'll have to take a look at that and get some alcohol wipes out, I think. But yeah, there won't be much filming down this bit. Epic though, absolutely epic. All the way down, proper sketchy. Wow, that was intense. I mean, I've still got a fair way to go. Unfortunately the sun's coming right down it, so you probably won't be able to make it out from down here. I came from up in that D there. Basically what you're doing there is not so much hiking, or sliding with some kind of ability, precision, down the mouth of the funnel full of loose scree. Hence why I got down there as quick but as safely as possible. Less haste, more speed, as they say, because I would not like to be the one that gets caught out in that. It's just there's remnants of rock falls everywhere, and it's deep as well. It's deep scree, so it wouldn't take much to get it going. And then here you've got it's like a waterfall. So get down this next bit and then into the woods, and it's pretty much plain sailing from there. Yeah, touch wood, made it down the worst of it. But the entire way down there I could see this ridge, and it just looked sheer. But it's fairly sheer, but there is a track zigzagging down it, as there is on the map. But yeah, I'm out of breath still. Right, I'm going to make it down this next bit and then get back to you when I'm in the woods. Holy moly, that was pretty leery. When I said back up there that I'd done the worst bit, I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. It got steeper, just as much scree, and at points it would have been handy having a rope. So yeah, not one for the faint-hearted. Very cool, and you wouldn't want to bring a dog down there for a walk down here. They wouldn't appreciate it. But I'm in the tree line now, so yeah, it's all good. So that now is almost certainly the worst bit out of the way, and it will just be back to farm track. Whew, I'm out of breath. And then we get to the woods, and the footpath, the trail, is basically bouldering. It's awesome. So, I'm not sure if you'll make it out because of the sun again. It's in completely the wrong angle, but way up there, I can't remember I think it's about 600 metres down to here. What time did I start descending? About 11, so that's an hour to get down that, and my knees are happy to see this trail. Wow, that was a hell of a descent, that was. It's awesome. Yeah, like I say, I wouldn't recommend it to anybody who isn't completely sure of themselves in the hills, especially when you get to this bottom bit in the woods. Only a short section, but there's no discernible path, and like I say, it was bouldering, and every so often you stumble across a cairn, but it's more luck than judgment. I basically just followed the watercourse down, pretty much knowing that it would get me to this track at some point, because this track encircles the base of the mountain. It goes quite far around, so at some point you are going to hit it. Yeah, so unless anything really exciting happens, maybe I'll see a sheep, that'll be it. So yeah, as usual, thanks for watching. Like, share, comment if you will, and if you really want to, subscribe. I think what I'll do is I'll start putting the breakdown of the trek or hike or whatever, i.e. miles covered and elevation gain, stuff like that, at the end of the videos, like I did with my GR221 video. Might be of interest to somebody, I guess. Until the next one, adios. Whee. Easy.